What's going on, everybody? Katie here, and welcome back to the 13th official episode of the King Darius Experience. I just had a super long week. We did 2 back-to-back productions. I may or may not throw some clips over this right here, and if not, you can see it on my social media, at least a couple pictures taken by Nick Rice, a couple videos taken by Nick Rice, but we filmed roughly somewhere between 70 and 80 videos for 2 clients, and then also had to maintain all of our other stuff, business development, proposals, daily content, social media. So it was a really fun week. It was a packed week. Nick is still in town. We got Robert coming over. It's his birthday, so we're gonna have fun and celebrate him. Him and his wife are coming over, Nick, and we're gonna have a good time and just celebrate the new era that we're in as a team. So let's hop right into this episode. In this one, I'm gonna talk about the state or the quality of creating. And what I'm going to frame it in is the perspective of not being able to fake excellence. You cannot fake excellence. This is something that I have learned over time as I've created in multiple different arenas, multiple different facets, industries, for different purposes, for different positionings, for different brands and people, and overall for different intents and for different value propositions. So that's a lot of complication, variables, and dynamics that I really had to learn, that excellence cannot be faked. You can mimic it, you can study the attributes of it, you can copy, you can use the same tools, you can pull from the same strategies, you can templatize, but at the end of the day, you have to know your craft. Experience matters, talent matters, quality matters. Hard work on top of those 3 things will accelerate your business and your creations in a way that you have never seen before. One without the other, just hard work and none of those, or just quality, just experience, just excellence without hard work, those combinations do not work. You have to have a layer of experience, a layer of quality, a layer of talent, and then on top of that, you put a bunch of hard work, so that way overall the creations that you put forth are all in excellent fashion. So you've heard the phrase before that it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something, right? Or to become excellent at something. So if that's the case, you better make sure that what you're putting your 10,000 hours in is in something or in an area that you actually love, that you get life from, because here's what ends up happening. This is the birthing ground for political behavior, right? When people are half-baked skilled in areas that they don't love, but in areas that are partially or somewhat beneficial enough for them to continue down that path. So they continue to gather skills, pull from people, and push things forward that ultimately they don't really have the desire to sustain or the desire to grow for or grow within themselves. So don't become that type of person. I've lived that life. I'm sure at some point in your lifespan, you've had a season or an era where you've behaved similar, becoming good, living within a system, working for a company organization, following a certain leader, maybe following yourself into an area that you just saw, was a good opportunity. Opportunity, right, is available to everyone. They are a dime a dozen, but you need to make sure that you are identifying the opportunities that align with things that you want to be excellent at. Because at the end of the day, if not, you'll only be pretending. And the people that pretend are politicians for the most part. I don't want to turn this into a political show, but you get what I'm saying. It becomes very political, very fake, very, I'm just going to do what it takes, but I'm not going to love it type of environment and atmosphere. When you are not excellent at what you do, or don't have the desire to become excellent at the things that you love, and the things that give you life. So one of the things that I want to talk about when it comes to excellence is we have the greatest time to become excellent at things right now, or to continue our excellence in a thing. So the disclaimer or the warning that I want to put forth before you today, and I'm going to take a little bit of sip of my wine here. I think it's a Pinot. You don't want to lose your chance to create, right? You don't want to lose your chance to become excellent. We have not had a better time in the history of humanity. And like I said a few episodes ago, there's a disclaimer. Obviously, I have empathy, and I'm not tone deaf to what's happening in the world, but those who are stable or have an ounce of stability, this message is for you. Do not lose your chance to create. Do not lose your chance to become excellent in something, because when it goes away, in whatever system that you re-enter, a work environment, an organization, right? Your the new form of your household, whether you're partially working at home, leaving the house, your new routine, your new environment, your new obligations and priorities are going to force you into a certain form or fashion of behavior. And if you haven't taken the time within the freedom you have right now to make sure you're becoming excellent at things and adding continuity to the things that you love, you're just going to fall slave back to systems and other people's agenda, just like before the pandemic. So that's my caution to you, is that you need to capitalize on the times that we are in, right? So at the end of the day, one of the things that will sustain your ability to become excellent, should you choose so, is you have to realize up front, and this is a hard lesson to learn, and if you don't take heed from me, you will have to learn this lesson yourself. Nobody is exempt from this. If you care who gets the credit, you will not be successful. People who care about credit are not great. People who care about credit may potentially have winning seasons, but they don't become champions. I talked about this in a post the other day on Instagram, that a lot of people know how to have winning seasons, right? Above average, just like a bunch of kids in school growing up know how to get C's and B's, but you don't get rings for winning seasons. Champions get rings for going all the way, for going above and beyond, for becoming excellent, for being sophisticated, for being accurate, right? For being consistently great and excellent at a thing. If you just want to have a slightly above average, life, that's okay if that's your choice for whatever reasons, in or out of your control. However, if you want to be great at a thing or excellent at a thing because that's what brings you life, then you can't care who gets the credit. Because in a world where we are measured by standards, by performance, by numbers, right? You are almost rewarded for getting credit for something, right? And you behave in a way so you can get credit, so you can get rewarded. But that's not how quality and transparency and purity comes out of you when it comes to the things that you love to create. If you care about getting credit, your creations will plateau. Your ideas, your strategies, your growth, it will all plateau or never take off in the first place. If you just want the status, if you just want the credit, if you just want the prestige of being a great creator or being a great business person or whatever it is that you're trying to put forth, then you are literally starting on losing ground. You will continually have a glass ceiling that you cannot break through if you want credit and if you want the name tag to be across the front of your shirt. So your ability to realize that you need to become excellent, and then also not care that you get credit, right? Because that's a sure indicator that you don't really love a thing if you want credit. Oh, I need credit for that, right? Because I need to be known for that, or that's me. People who care about credit, they don't really love that thing. People who really love a thing, they just do it because they love it. They do it because it brings them joy in life and fulfillment, right? And if they get credit, that's like a cherry on top. Like, man, I got recognized for something that I love. People who chase credit, people who chase status, people who chase the ladder, people who chase growth in an unhealthy way, those people will forever lose and run in cycles, and you don't want to get caught in that same cycle. So that is my episode for you today, is that you cannot fake excellence. If you want to become excellent, you have to be authentic in your pursuit of excellence. So that being said, I will see you tomorrow in episode 14 of the King Darius Experience. Peace.
We